Hey everybody, you got the Gecko Man. And one of my really cool gargoyle geckos. We're getting ready to do some builds for my gargoyles. Check this out. This is an 18 by 18 by 24 that is actually going to be his tank. It's kind of hard to see because of reflection. And this is a 12 by 18 12 by 12 by 18 that'll be built for one of the other gargoyles. Here's some of the plants we're going to be using. And then we have a couple of tanks over here that we're also going to be refurbing. Alright, so we're going to get started with the Gorilla Glue. And what we do is we just put the Gorilla Glue down in here. The dirt that you see in here is actually under the tank. But we put the Gorilla Glue in there. And then we spray it with some water. And then we put our decorative material, or hardscape as people call it, in. And then we actually start putting in a coconut core. So I'm going to go ahead and get that going and show you what that looks like. All right, so now the hardscape is finished. I have a couple of little pots in there to put plants in. I have his main branch and some cork bark all throughout. Now I'm going to put the core fiber in, and I've also got another branch that I need to get worked down into here. So we'll figure that out, and then we'll come back. Okay, so glue is down, hardscape is down, and the media is in. This is a mixture of coconut fiber and coconut chips. So hopefully it'll give a really cool look to it. And we're viewing it upside down, by the way. I attempted to try to glue those to the side with the Gorilla Glue, but I don't know if that'll work or not. But you can already see right down here the Gorilla Glue is starting to expand, and it's just going to continue to do that over the next couple of hours, and the background is going to actually rise up. Normally I would come in and like push it down, but I think this time I'm going to kind of just let it go, let it rise up to whatever level it wants, give it a little more of a three-dimensional view in there, and I'll just make sure that the coconut core, if it starts to expose the foam, I cover it with more coconut core so that it'll stick to it better. But that's what we got. Okay, so the coconut core is all on there. The glue has finished expanding at this point. It's about 5 hours later. So we're really just waiting for it to all dry and cure. And then I'll stand it up. Any excess coconut core that did not stick to the Gorilla Glue will actually fall off. That is reusable. So we'll reuse that on the side over here that we will actually finish up tomorrow, which for you will be right now. All right, so I think we're probably dry enough in there that we can stand this up, and we should see some of the excess cocoa fiber fall off. So let's give that a try. Kind of hard to do one-handed. Boom, there we go. Big reveal. Yeah, some of it's just not going to come off on its own, so I'll just kind of flake away at it a little bit. Yeah, it's starting to look pretty good. And obviously, like right up here, I'm going to have to clean this area up so that the lid will fit on correctly. But this is kind of what we got. And as it dries out, it's going to continue this cocoa core is going to continue to flake off. Alright, so now we've got the side done. It just has to dry and cure. And there's the back. There's the side. There's a corkboard here, here, right there, and right there. And there should be enough Gorilla Glue right here to have anchored that, and enough right here to have anchored that piece of wood. It's coming together. Oh, okay, so I got the false bottom in. I got the Leica balls with, I used a knitting mat that I picked up from Walmart, cut it to size, and then I put my soil in there, my soil mixture, and did the planting. So let's do the big reveal. Here it is. So I have some dragon's breath right here. That's what they called it. Please don't ask me like the Latin names of these plants because I have no idea what they all are. I have a nice, it's kind of hard to see, but there's a nice little piece of cork bark right back there for hide on the ground. I have a really cool piece of natural wood that I found that has a bunch of like lichens growing on it. And I have in the back some red Photonia that will hopefully really sprout in. I have terrarium moss, Zoom Ed's wonderful terrarium moss that they have in several spots in here. Back over in here. And you can see right back there, I have some Cubaris Monera Glacier, and I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. Please don't crucify me. Actually, you know what? Put it down in the comments. What is the actual pronunciation of these guys? Okay, and then I have some pothos up here at the top in two different locations. There are two of these, let's see if I can get in there and show you. Those little mini pots right there that the plants came in are actually buried into the Gorilla Glue. There is also springtails in here, but we may not be able to actually get any of those on camera. There is also Cubaris salmon. That's that really pretty kind of orangish color one there. And there's one of the glaciers. Oh, and there's a springtail. So we did get a springtail in there in the video. That's awesome. So life is in the enclosure already. Probably gonna let this actually run for, I don't know, maybe 30 days or so before I actually put one of the gargoyles in there permanently. I myself am really happy with this. We've also got live oak leaf litter in there, kind of scattered throughout. I think this is an awesome terrarium, but I would love to hear your comments, suggestions. So please comment below and tell me what you think. And as always, thank you so much for watching. If you like this kind of content, please like and subscribe. And I guess to close out, I'll just say, let all you do be done in love. Thank you.